We are recording. Oh my goodness. Well, this is you and me.
Yes.
This is Michael, and this is my new
Monika.
best friend, Monika. So I've never made a film of myself before. I hope never to again. But I'm in Zagan, Poland with Monika here. And I've long said that I will walk these 100 yards of Tunnel Harry. So we're going to walk to where Tunnel Harry is. So I'm actually going to turn this around so you don't look at me. I think I can do that, right? Or do I have to?
Yeah.
Is there a thing?
Okay, that's
Good.
better.
And now I'm going to narrate. So now I'll see this. So this is the entrance to Tunnel Harry. And I'm going to turn around for a second because, as Monika just told me, because she helped find these things. So way in the distance there, you can see those two wooden corners. Those were built, but just in front of those are the end of Hut 104, right?
Yes.
But if we turn around, you can see, if I go slowly, kind of how big the Hut 104 is. And Tunnel Harry, if I pull back a little bit, where those walls are, that's essentially where, because the tunnel began near these walls,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
So for walking this way, there's the entrance. That is about the size of it. And the actual entrance was probably more like there.
Yes,
right?
meter away from...
Or so, yeah.
Yes, or so.
But it's basically there. Now, somebody at some point, right, said, let's put the name of the 50. So for those who don't know, my friends who don't know this story, but 50 of the men who escaped
Yes.
were executed by
And
Hitler.
the black color is the ones that were executed.
Right,
So they were not lucky.
right, right.
The green ones are the three.
Who was? Oh, I see. So those are the
Yes.
three who actually escaped
Who
from
escaped.
yeah,
So two Norwegians.
two Norwegians and one
Dutch.
one Dutch. Right,
Yes.
right.
Van der Stok. And
Right.
the blue ones survived.
Oh, right. So oh, I see. Great. So the blue ones are the ones. So that's Canada. Yes.
Yes. So
Okay.
3 Canadians.
Right. And then
Australians, I will lead you.
thank
The
you.
cameraman.
And then
Australians.
Australians.
So 2 survived. And 2 Czechs.
Two Czechs.
Borak
Right.
and Thunder.
Right.
Valenta was executed.
Right.
Was still there.
It's okay. We can let reality happen. You know.
Right.
There are some young people coming our way, but it's okay. So that is when the Great Escape happened. It was March 3rd, March 24 to 25, 1944.
Yes, that's
Right?
the date. Yes.
You can come across. It's okay.
And
So
these are Polish
These
names.
are the Polish names, right?
These are
Right.
Polish names, yes.
Right,
Nie wolno to znaczy nie wolno.
right.
And they were all executed.
All
so 6
executed.
ones,
All the
yes.
Polish ones were executed.
And
Right.
Lithuanians, be careful.
Right. And then Lithuanians, and they were executed.
Yeah. And British as well.
And then British, and then of course there we see Bushell's name, and he was the director of X. He was the
Yeah,
big
the
X.
mastermind,
He
yeah.
was the mastermind, and he's Richard Attenborough in the film. And he was of course executed as well. But there's a name to remember, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So lots of British.
Okay, so we're going to keep moving. So those are the British ones. And then, yeah, so it's a lot of British because it was mainly
Yes,
RAF,
Yes, that's
right?
true.
That's right. The camp was run by the Luftwaffe, and most of the prisoners were RAF.
Nie wolno na to chodzić.
Some other nations,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
were amongst them.
Well, amongst
because
them, right,
they- yeah.
right.
Lots of Polish.
And that is a young person. So now we're going to keep walking here. So just to keep a sense of distance. So the first thing to say is, of course, that the prisoners dug down 30 feet below this level of topsoil is sand,
It is sand.
and they dug down 30 feet in sand, shoring it up with bedboards. And just to get a sense of how long we're going to go, they went all the way to there, where that car is, and you can see the end of the tunnel there. Right? So we'll just keep walking along here, and then they had stops along the way to change cars in the
Yes.
trolleys. You
Yes.
can sort of see that in the movie, right?
And they were called, one of them Piccadilly.
Yeah, like Piccadilly,
Piccadilly and
and
Oxford
another.
Circus,
I can't
or no?
remember.
Piccadilly, Leicester Square.
Leicester Square and Piccadilly Square. Okay. So we're just keep walking along the tunnel here, and you can slowly see coming up, because I'm pointing the camera that way, the cooler. So
This gap here is
Yes.
the road between the
Oh,
camp
right.
and the Volage, which was
Right.
not. There was no access.
right.
there was
Say
no-
that again, Monica.
There was no access to this part,
Right.
Unless they were patients at the hospital, which is on the right, and the
Right.
foundations are still
Right.
there.
Yeah, so the hospital is there. You can sort of see that's the prison hospital there.
Yeah.
And then if we go over there, that's the cooler. You can see the foundation of the cooler. Steve McQueen himself was never in that,
No.
but it's okay.
Yes.
And now we'll see the tunnel continuing all the way to there. So Monica, tell us about now that
That's
prison guard hut. That's
Yes.
not in the correct position.
not in the correct
No,
position.
right.
Only because the electrical line is there. So
Right,
the
right.
original
The
foundations.
electrical line you can sort of
Yeah.
see there.
And the original foundation is next to the road.
Right. And Monica, who found that original foundation?
Well, actually, I'm a very curious
You're-
person.
Monica, are you a very curious person,
I
Monica?
like
Yeah.
finding treasures and
Right.
things, right? So one day, while they were making a documentary,
Mhm.
I was a bit bored, and I thought, well, I think I have to find something interesting. And then I thought of the tower, the guard tower, and reading the story, I knew that it was somewhere by the road, next to the cooler, not far from the cooler, and of course
Right.
very close to the exit of the tunnel.
Right. So that's
That's
a
a replica.
that's a replica of a guard tower.
Yeah, built in 2013.
Right.
by-
And they had to put it there because of those electrical wires that you can sort of
Yes,
see
it's
there,
too
right?
close.
But
You
if
showed it. Foundation.
but the actual foundation of where an actual tower was is there, and Monica found that
Well, yes, with the help of friends, of course.
with the help of
but,
friends.
I mean, they did the job. They took
Yeah.
they paid and found it, but
Right.
um,
So this is how far we've come. So again, it's one thing for us to walk that far, but they actually dug
yes.
and down 30 feet, and it's about 100 yards to where we're going to. So that's a long way.
Yeah.
And I have always wanted to walk these 100 yards, haven't I?
Yeah.
So I'm almost done with this little journey. And so we're about to get to the end here. And this is an actual road.
Yes, that's
Right.
the original German
This
road.
this is the original German road. So this was all property of the German army,
Yes, that's true.
and it's now property of the Polish army.
Yes.
Right. And it was basically after the war. So the camp was evacuated in January of '45, but then it basically was just left here,
Yes.
and for about 20 years, people just took things from it or took wood from it or
Oh,
whatever,
yes,
because it was
wood.
just here.
Yes,
It was just
wood breaks.
wood
whatever.
breaks and things, you know. Okay, so we'll come to the end here. Let's go over on this side. So this is the last few yards. What I don't remember what that means. Do you know?
Through hardship to the stars.
Oh, well, there you go. So in March of 1944, as you can see. So what does that say?
It says that it is to commemorate all the airmen who became POWs
Right.
at Stalag Luft 3.
Right.
And the Great Escape.
And their Great Escape.
The
Right.
Great Escapers, yes.
Right. So this is the exit of Tunnel Harry. Now, we're thinking this is kind of where it was. It may have been a little bit further. Maybe a little bit
Yes,
further where they
according
actually
to,
came up.
Yes, the ground radar.
Right.
It is a little bit further, about 10 meters away to the
Right.
left. Yes.
So a little bit further. But nonetheless, the night that they came up, they were short by about 20 feet or so.
Yes.
So now one of the things that's been interesting driving up here with you today, and I've said this several times, is yes, this is what this all looks like. This is all forests, kind of everywhere you look, right?
Yeah, of course, during the Great Escape, there were no trees because
Right.
Germans. I mean, the trees were here.
So it was all trees here.
here.
So this is where they wanted to end up about 10 feet, 20 feet further beyond where that is, right? But it's very interesting. So, thank you, Monika.
You're welcome.
There's
My
Monika,
pleasure.
my new best friend from Zagan. Fantastic. And, you know, I mean, what's also just interesting is, you know, when we pulled up in, this is just here, right?
Yeah.
And so we're here. And I've always wanted to come here. And, okay, so this is not Facebook Live, but it will be posted, and anybody who's interested will know, who even cares. I've just walked the 100 yards of Tunnel Harry. So, see you later, everybody. Goodbye, America.